Bienvenidos to Pica Poco Kitchen. Today we're making taquitos dorados. Vámonos! Everybody loves taquitos dorados. They're simple, versatile, and a classic. So I thought this week I will bring you something simple. And every time I say that, something complicates it along the way. Fortunately, it happened to me and I can tell you all about it so it won't happen to you. And that's how I welcome you to my fight against fake tortillas. But before we get into that, let's talk about the filling. I'm gonna use 1 pound of potatoes. I'm using little potatoes, but you can use any other starchy potato that you like. Cover them with water and bring them to a boil. And then I just chop them into pieces. I do not remove the skin, but I'm a fervent believer if the skin comes off on its own, it means they don't want to be part of it. So I just take those little pieces out and I'll keep whatever is left behind. But you do as you prefer. I'm gonna roughly smash my potatoes using a fork. I'm not looking for a mash, but a mix of textures, some crumbles, some bits and pieces. You get the consistency that you like, feel free to season, salt, pepper, and maybe a little bit of garlic. Also, for my filling, I'll be cooking 2 pounds of inside skirt, or as I like to call it, undies. But what do I know? Maybe some cows go commando. I'll be using my pressure cooker, and to the meat I'm gonna add 1/4 of an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and 1 or 2 bay leaves. Cover with water and season with beef bouillon. Set your pot at high pressure for 45 minutes. To add some extra flavor to the meat, I'm gonna soak in hot water 2 Guajillo peppers, 1/8 of an onion, and 2 garlic cloves. After that simmers and cools down, transfer to your food processor and blend. I just pulled my meat with 2 forks. I'm gonna add my sauce and mix well. Now we're gonna bring everything together. I like to add my meat into the potatoes so I can skip all the extra liquids from the meat. Give it a stir, a taste, and adjust seasoning. And just because something is simple doesn't mean it won't be fabulous. So we need to make a fabulous salsa. And for that, we're gonna need 5 tomatillos, 2 serrano peppers or more if you're feeling cheeky, 2 garlic cloves, 1/8 of an onion, 2 ripe avocados, and a handful of cilantro. Cook your tomatillos in water for around 8 minutes or until they become paler in color. Transfer all of your ingredients into your food processor. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper and top it up with the juice of half a lime. Blend until smooth and transfer into a jar. You can use a piece of film touching the surface of your salsa to avoid browning while in the fridge. And now it's story time. So I didn't feel like making tortillas, so I went to the store. I actually went to 3 different stores trying to avoid buying yellow tortillas because they suck. They have a lot of preservatives, they don't behave the same, they are just terrible. So you can guess my excitement when I found what I thought it was blue corn tortillas. Immediately grabbed them and went for it. And I tend to do that. Every time I get overly excited, I don't read, I don't stop, I don't think, I just go and do. As soon as I opened the bag, the whiff of disappointment, the stinky smell that yellow tortillas have came out of that bag. But I ignored it and moved on. I heated my tortillas in the microwave like I do every time I'm gonna make taquitos. And as soon as I were to roll them up, they will tear apart. And as you can see, I tried tortilla over tortilla over tortilla. And at this point, I wasn't just angry, I was hangry because this was supposed to be my dinner. Not to mention that it was late, so other plans had to be arranged for that. With my spirit in shambles, I finally decided to give it up and come back to it next day. But before I could let it go, I had to come back to the stinking bag and let you know what not to get. And it is then when I realized that these were just yellow tortillas dyed blue, aka fake tortillas. Don't buy. So if you want to make sure that the tortillas you buy at the store are decent, then don't go more than 4 ingredients, which should be corn, water, probably a preservative is xanthan gum, and lime, meaning limestone. And here I am next day with my very own freshly made tortillas because I'm not playing around this time. And this is how a tortilla should behave. When you're making your taquitos, make sure that your tortillas are still warm and you have them covered to keep them flexible. Your filling can be cold and it is recommended because it is easier to handle. When you're making your taquitos, think of them as kindergartners in a field trip. Pair them up using a toothpick. This will help you have better control on them and it will be very handy when frying, since both openings are gonna stay shut, avoiding an explosion of ingredients in your hot oil. I think that I should disclose that I am not encouraging people to put toothpicks on toddlers or frying them in any way, shape, or form. And this is just half the batch. When I'm done, I'm gonna cover them and let them sit in the fridge while I prep my frying station and my oil is hot enough. And at this point, you can do two things. You can either only fry the taquitos you're planning to eat and set the rest into the fridge or the freezer, or like I'm gonna do, fry them all at once, eat the ones you're gonna eat, and freeze the rest. By frying them now, you make sure that there's no moisture going to be released later. So you can just pop them in your oven and have them ready whenever you want them. The other advantage of making them all now is that you just have to deal with the frying, cleaning, and getting rid of the oil, etc. once. Tap the excess oil, and next time you pop them in your oven, they're gonna come out crispy as new. To serve, I recommend a deep bowl, or if you're having a party, maybe even a little cup. Add your taquitos in the salsa pool and drizzle a good amount of cream on top of them. And of course, don't forget the cheese. One day later, here we are. Finally, they're here. And I can't wait to dig in. So, shall we? Every time I've served this kind of taquito, I love to have a dip dish so you can scoop that very nice salsa right at the bottom. Let's give them a try. And they are exactly what I needed. Crunchy, warm, flavorful, and that salsa, I think it's one of my favorites, if not number one. And my husband loves avocado salsa too. So even if you don't make it for taquitos, even though they pair really well for some weird reason, probably is the crunchy and creaminess together, you have to make it and eat it with anything you make. These taquitos are super easy to make and great to have at home. I fry all of my taquitos, make sure they're pat dry, they don't have any extra grease. You can pack them in a vacuum seal bag or just in a Ziploc bag and put them on your freezer. Next time you want them, just toss them on your toaster oven or your regular oven or your air fryer if you're into that kind of thing, and they're gonna be crispy and perfect for whenever you have a craving. So go ahead and make them. Make sure to have fresh tortillas, white corn tortillas. If you have the luxury to live near the border and there's a tortilleria near you, take advantage of that. If not, make them yourself. Don't be like me. Don't fall for the fake ones. Check on the ingredients if you're buying them and enjoy, because there's nothing more pleasurable than something simple like this. So if you enjoy this journey, just like this recipe, please share it with your friends. Like, subscribe, and be notified. And for more, follow me on the socials. Adios, amigues.